Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to talk about, does a owner have to disclose that a house is haunted if somebody died in it, how they died in it? So right here in front of me is called residential disclosure forms. And on these forms, nowhere on these forms does it say you have to disclose that a house is haunted, you have ghosts in it, spirits in it. If a death occurred there, whether it be natural death, homicide, or suicide. I know in other states you have to disclose this, but in North Carolina you do not have to disclose any of those three things. Now as a buyer, you're probably thinking that's not fair or they should have to disclose this. And North Carolina is a buyer beware state, caveat emptor.
You know what caveat emptor means, you low-life lie.
And what that means is any home you buy in North Carolina, the seller does not have to disclose anything that is not a material fact. And a material fact has to be something like a cracked foundation, a roof in the leak, or a plumbing issue or electrical issue. And also, for it to be a material fact, you have to prove the owner of the home knew this.
They knew that this could happen and they did nothing.
Sometimes people don't go in their attic and look to see a roof is leaking until it's almost too late, or a plumbing issue. So just be aware of that a material fact has to be something they know. Now, I'm not talking about a hole in the wall where it's plainly visible by everybody. So let's talk about death. So if someone died of natural causes, and what I mean by natural causes is heart attack, old age, or whatever the case may be of a disease, then that is considered a natural death, and they do not have to disclose it. The seller does not have to disclose that. They have to disclose any death, as we just went over, but that's considered a natural death. Now, if a suicide occurred there, whether it be outside, inside the house, or anything like that, again, don't disclose it, and that includes murder. They do not have to disclose that. And just to give you an example, just a few months ago, I actually sold some property where a natural death occurred there. And as I was telling the buyer that the seller lived in another state and she was selling the property because her father passed away, he asked me, did he pass away in a home? Because he was, I wouldn't say it's a concern, but he wanted to know. It may have changed his mind. I don't know. I never asked him. So I called the owner and she willingly told me, yes, her father passed away, but not in the home. He had a heart attack on the ambulance, goes to the hospital, and he passed away at the hospital. So made him feel a little better, and he ended up buying a property. So ghost. So let's say your house or house you want to buy is allegedly haunted.
And haunted?
You do not have to disclose this. You know, if you want to, you can. Some people may like that. And I know ghost hunters and all these new shows and paranormal stuff's coming out. So it could be a selling point. It depends on the seller or the buyer. But you do not have to disclose that a house is haunted, allegedly haunted, or has ghosts in it.
I don't like this at all.
So can you buy a home and then sue the owner or realtor later? You can sue anybody for anything these days. You can go to court and sue them if you feel like it. I think you'd be wasting your money. This is my opinion, because it's a disclosure issue. It doesn't have to be disclosed.
Ghostbusters.
I think you better just to spending money on one of those ghost shows, ghost hunters, ghost paranormal shows, anything like that. Maybe get some exposure that way. So let's say you want to find out, is your house haunted, or the house you want to buy is haunted or allegedly haunted? And, you know, how would you find this out?
Please tell me.
Of course, ask your realtor. You know, hey, can you find out if this house is haunted? Did someone die in this house? Murder, suicide, natural death, whatever the case may be. They can ask the seller, and the seller will may or may not tell them. Again, they don't have to. It's not disclosure. So they may want, I would think, if they decline to answer your question, good chance is that it's, you know, whatever your question may be, haunted, whatever the case may be, good chance that it is if they decline to answer your question. That's just my opinion. A second way you can find out is ask the neighbors. You should be asking these questions anyway. I think more important questions would be how's, you know, school, how's neighborhood, crime, all that good stuff. How close is it to your work or whatever the case may be? But ask your neighbors. They'll tell you. They're probably some nosy neighbors anyway.
Keep walking, nosy.
Another good way is just get on Google. Internet's the best thing we have. And Google that address or at least that street maybe or that neighborhood if you're worried about the whole neighborhood being haunted.
So you think this place is haunted?
I've helped plenty of people buy homes, and more scarier things to worry about should be the home itself. You should be looking, always get a home inspection like I recommend everybody, but you should be looking at electrical, plumbing, age of the house, any renovations or upgrades they've done. If you enjoyed this video, please check out these videos right here in the corner. I talk about moving and living in North Carolina. And if you are thinking of moving, living to the area, please reach out to me. Love to help you. Hope you have a great day. See you guys in the next video.